I've gathered a number of the JSA workers here, and I wanted to show them something special, and it is a Babe Ruth envelope. Okay, this cachet was written to my grandfather back in 1942. It's postmarked New York, and it's all in Babe Ruth's handwriting. This wasn't done by a secretary, and my grandfather asked if he could sign it a certain way, and the Centennial 1939 commemorative stamp is on there. It's postmarked. And it was brought to my attention just moments ago that it seemed like there might be something in this envelope. I have not looked at this moment. On the back, you can see it's his personal stationery. And I thought it was sealed completely, but somebody told me that there was a slice at the edge of it. So as far as I'm concerned, this is the ultimate pack pull. And I'm going to find out what's inside of there, which I'm pretty excited about. So anyway, let's see what we got. Okay, it's a folded piece of paper. You can see there's nothing else in the envelope. And evidently it's a sample. Asking him, now let's see, I have a loop here. I was beginning to think it was a facsimile, but that's a live autograph, guys. You know, it has the address. He worked for Con Edison at the time. That's their address. I worked in an office setting. And wow, I can't believe that. 2 Babe Ruth autographs in this collection. By the way, there's also a Ty Cobb, Ted Williams, Mel Ott, Joe DiMaggio. Now, you have to understand, this collection has been estranged from me for some 42 years, and I only owned one item from the collection that my step-grandmother didn't sell, and this is it. Joan Blondell. So for the last maybe 20 some odd years, I've owned this. A little dusty, but it's made out to him. And this is the only thing I was able to point to other than, say, this particular article written about him and tell everybody about the grandeur of this collection. The amazing thing is it still is intact. Everything is here as far as I could see. Everything that I remember, how it was displayed. I was telling the guys before that my grandfather actually had these overlap in huge frames in his man cave in Huntington, Long Island. And that's why you see a discoloration here, because this one might have been sitting over this. So all you could see were the autographs and not the rest of the envelope. So when I was a kid, I used to marvel at this. And quite honestly, this is the true inspiration of how I got involved in this hobby. So at a very early age, as far as back as I can remember, my grandfather's collection was there. I'd go visit him. And these items were indeed, you know, part of his life because he had these displayed. And he was a very private man. He didn't have people come over. So there were very few people that even knew about this collection. But for me, I started collecting as a kid. He told me how to do it through the mail. And I built up my own collection. And then, you know, years later, I became a dealer and then an authenticator. And, you know, JSA is really, this is how it all started here. And it's been a wonderful, wonderful ride. And this is the culmination of a lifetime of searching, and I all but given up hope that this collection still was out there. I hadn't seen it in the marketplace. I had no idea where it really was, and voila, it just happened. Went to Robert Edwards auction. They showed me at the end of the authentication session, and it just, you know, all fell right into place. I'm now the proud owner of my grandfather's collection, which is a great, great moment for me and my family, and the company as well. This goes to show you the lineage and where this all got started.